Hello, everyone, and thank you for choosing to check out this mid-month November heart-centered general tarot reading. I felt inclined to do this reading because I've noticed a struggle within my clients, within my friends, my family, and myself, to really access this fall and autumn energy at a seasonal level and to allow themselves to let go of what no longer serves. I don't know what's causing it specifically. I'm sure there are astrological components that could describe well what is going on, but I wanted to use the tarot and I wanted to get sort of a visual, esoteric message potentially about why it's so difficult right now for so many people that I know, including myself, to move forward, to let go of the past, and to, acknowledge the sacrifices that you have made as a person, to be gentle with yourself in understanding how your expectations turned out in a way in which you did not anticipate, not taking a harsh dialogue with yourself over the past decisions, the way that they culminated, and the choices that you had to make as a reaction to what happened. There's from so many people that I see in my life right now, I'm coming into contact with so many people and at an energetic level who are just really struggling so much with moving forward, with letting go of the past, including myself. And I wanted to do this reading to get a grasp on that. And I feel that it's very appropriate for November, for Scorpio's time of the year. I feel that it's very appropriate for fall as we transition into winter, where things inevitably have to die, where the trees and the plants and life on Earth, it can't escape. They can't escape the winter. Likewise, as humans, we can't either. It's a little bit different for us because most of us can escape into our warm homes and kind of suspend disbelief that winter exists. But at the energetic level, autumn is our opportunity, fall is our opportunity to peacefully let shed our leaves. And if we choose not to, then winter will come and it will kind of force that. That's kind of the universal energy that usually presents itself. Okay, and I just wanted to do this reading. Like I said, I had a big emotional inclination to do this reading. Let's sit down for a minute, everyone, and you can play this in the background, potentially do some journaling if you're out for a nice walk, or whatever it is that you do when you choose to listen to this reading. Allow yourself to acknowledge the past as I sort of get into some of the archetypes that are coming forward. Allow yourself to experience sadness, grief, or bereavement to the things that have not culminated the way that you wanted them to. And also have the knowledge that you're going to move forward. You will allow yourself to let go of what no longer serves you. And when you finally do that, so much new growth will come into your life. So without further ado, I'm going to begin on this reading. So the first card that pops up is the Queen of Pentacles, and it's actually quite interesting because I had been thinking about this card a lot when I was actually thinking about the content that I would present in this video. So it made me really happy to see that she popped up, because I feel like a lot of people who are in this headspace where they have found themselves in a position where they can't let go, where they can't come to terms with the reality of an emotional situation. A lot of people find that along with that, there was an element of their lifestyle, an element of their routine and their health that they also denied at the same time. You start to see that when you prioritize your health, when you prioritize your lifestyle, certain things will start to fall away, as you may lose weight on the physical level. You may, through your pores, lose toxins. Likewise, at the internal level, you will lose that built-up anger. You will lose that built-up emotion, which doesn't help you anymore. And you'll also start to notice that when you prioritize your health and lifestyle, you will start to lose certain people who, I guess in the long run, were in your life because of your negative lifestyle choices. And that's different for everybody. I'm not here to say what is a negative lifestyle for you or a positive lifestyle for you. But once you determine that within yourself and you start to live out whatever you consider to be a more positive lifestyle, watch how some people fall away from you. Watch how some people are no longer in your sphere of being, and make that connection about how those people were only there for you when you were doing things that you didn't consider healthy or authentic in your own way of being. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles has also come up, I believe, because she's trying to say that some people are no longer in your life. Some people are no longer in your sphere. And because of that, now you are more independent and you can now prioritize your health and your lifestyle. You don't have to tailor your lifestyle or your being to that of others. This could be for anyone who's been going through a breakup, anyone who has been through a divorce, or this could be a familiar or friendship relationship. Apply it in whatever sphere of your life that it resonates with. Okay? There is some blessing, and this resonates throughout the rest of the reading and the other cards that are presented as well. There is some blessing to having separated from this person or this energy that was in your life. And even though it's sometimes easy to step into the Five of Cups and see the glasses tipped over in front of you, you've got to acknowledge the ones behind you. You've got to acknowledge the blessing of being more independent. Okay? And now we move forward onto, yes, the major arcana, the moon, which is so interesting for me that it came up. And I chose for both of the major arcana cards present in this reading to seek out some more validation by using the Crystal Ally Spiritual Advice Oracle cards. And the one that came up for the moon was acceptance. Okay? And I'm going to just first and foremost state, for those of you who have been going through a very difficult breakup or loss of someone in your life, it's time to accept that it's over. It's the time of year where you have to accept that. Otherwise, the universe will keep putting you in scenarios whereby you have to learn this, where you have to experience this type of dynamic until you learn to accept. Okay? And, the moon talks all about illusions. This could be playing up the positive parts of the relationship and kind of allowing yourself to forget the negative parts. Okay? And this goes two ways. For those of you who chose to end a relationship, this could be playing up the negative parts to where you don't remember the positive parts to kind of justify your actions, to justify any harshness that you gave to another person. And both people who have been on both sides of it can get a lot out of understanding and accepting the truth. It's time to look past the illusions. It's time to accept the reality of the situation. It's equally as bad to play up the positive as it is to play up the negative, because you're surrendering yourself to disillusionment when you choose to do either one. And the universe will respond to that by placing you in a situation where you see it from the other side. If you're going to play up the positive, the universe is going to put you in a situation where you experience a situation in which you have to play up the negative. And if you play up the negative, the universe is going to put you in a situation where you have to experience a relationship in which you want to play up the positive. And by positive and negative, I mean choosing to only remember the good things of a relationship after the breakup, you know what I mean? Because you're just yearning for that codependent aspect that you now can no longer experience. And when I say playing up the negative, I mean someone who makes the difficult aspects of a relationship more important and chooses to kind of forget the positive. Therefore, they feel justified in, whatever action they choose to take, however they choose to kind of to say it kind of crudely, screw the other person over. You know what I mean? And it's time to get past this. This is a major trap and a major cage for both parties in a relationship, okay? Moving forward on with their lives. And, for anyone with inside a relationship too, for those of you who are in a relationship but may be struggling to let go of things which no longer serve the relationship, there's got to be an acceptance of reality, of balancing the positive and negative, and acknowledging that good things happened and bad things happened, and we were both responsible. And not lying to yourself about what did and did not happen, not trying to fictionalize your reaction in the past, not trying to make it something that it wasn't. It's time to accept reality. And after you do that, you find yourself moving into the Six of Wands. You find victory. You find you're holding your head high. And once you accept the reality of a situation, that brings a lot of power with it. Once you kind of take accountability for both the good and bad things that you did, you don't hide from yourself. You don't hide from the reality of the way something was. It's very, very empowering. Because at that point in time, you don't have to explain yourself to other people. You don't have to validate something within your life to other people, because you know it within yourself. I see a lot of people who fall into gossiping, and I'm talking about things, when I say gossiping, I don't necessarily mean just talking about someone or someone else, that's kind of trivial. But when you're talking about these really intense parts of your life, like long-term relationships, or anything that's a long, deep aspect of your life, you'll see that people, when they're struggling or not accepting the reality of a situation, you'll see that they fall into kind of fictionalizing, exaggerating, and gossiping about potentially trivial things within the relationship. And this is because they have not accepted the reality of what happened. They have not accepted the reality of how they felt. And that's what I feel like it's going to be so empowering for everyone once you finally accept what happened, the motivations of what happened. You're finally going to be able to stand up straight with your head held high and move forward in life. But it's never easy. It isn't, because a lot of people find themselves in the place of the Two of Pentacles, trying to balance those two worlds. It's kind of like a bipolar situation. One day you may feel that you've accepted reality and you're moving forward and you don't need this person in your life. And then the next day you find yourself, back at square one. You find yourself wanting their presence. You find yourself yearning for that codependent way of the past. And that becomes a very frustrating cycle. And it is for so many people that I am coming into contact with right now. You feel like all of your progress loses validity when you find yourself yearning for what existed in the past. And I think that the universe is really trying to come forward and communicate that it's okay. Do not be upset at yourself for allowing your vulnerability to have a voice during the past. We see that with the High Priestess there in reverse. I think that a lot of people felt that they were punished for voicing their own vulnerability to those who were close to them. A lot of people feel that honesty came with a form of punishment. Vulnerability came with a form of punishment. And now it's time to accept that anyone who would punish you for voicing your vulnerability or your authenticity is someone that you can hold your head up high and march the opposite direction away from. Okay? Because, you don't need someone in your life who will punish you for your authenticity, for your vulnerability. And I feel like a lot of people have almost an injured sense of authenticity, an injured sense of vulnerability, because the High Priestess is reversed. It feels like for so long you were covering it up, or you were trying to make it something that it wasn't, trying to pretend with it. But now you're not in a situation where you have to do that anymore, or you're moving out of a situation in which you don't have to do that anymore. You're letting that die away, or it's wanting to die away, that's for sure, with the seasons doing what they're doing. Okay? And now it's time to step into, again, the Queen of Pentacles, getting your lifestyle together. Finding, through meditation, through exercise, through organizing and structuring your diet, finding a purification within that. Like we have that purification crystal ally card validating the High Priestess. It's like there's kind of a detoxification and purification that needs to occur in order to reestablish your sense of vulnerability, in order to reestablish your sense of right and wrong, and in order to finally see reality for what it is. That's really important. Once you can turn that High Priestess right side up, once you can purify your life, once you can detox these difficult, negative, traumatic experiences of the past, accept them for what they are, accept them for how they happened, and understand the motivation for what caused them, it's going to be displayed in front of you in a very powerful, real, tangible way. The reality of the situation, okay? And for those of you who are currently in a happy relationship or don't feel that you're struggling with this, try to apply it to anything in your life with which you feel that you don't want to release your grip. Anything that might be difficult to let go of. It's the energies are representative of all aspects of life. I'm just choosing to interpret them from the relationship sphere. And I really hope that this resonated with some of you out there, and I hope that this helps give you a tool to let go, to release what you can't control. And there is a link to my shop where you can book a custom reading with me if you wish in the description box below. Likewise, if you click the top right hand corner of this video, you will see a list of videos or different links to packages within my shop if you're interested. And if you haven't watched your signs November reading, I hope that you guys will do that. And if you haven't subscribed and you like this video, I would so appreciate your subscription. As always, comment whatever your interpretation may be of these cards, whatever your experience may be with what I've talked about. I really so appreciate the support that I've gotten this month from everyone, and I really hope that this was helpful, and I'll be seeing you guys with a lot more content soon. Good luck with letting go. Good luck with moving forward and embracing this time of year. I hope that you guys really are successful with it, and I hope that you guys hope the same for me. Bye.